Hi guys, I hope you had a great day today, being Monday, and I hope everyone out there is doing pretty fine. Uh, yes, probably today day may not have gone well, but I'm sure and I'm always positive that once you're alive, it's the greatest. We need to be happy no matter the challenges. We need to keep pushing. We need to know that yes, the greatest riches that we can have is being alive, is when we still can breathe and can still even see things, when we're still alive. So thank you so much, and I'm pleasured and I'm very honored being here as you've been seeing me posting, about a topic today that we're going to discuss, and I'm sure you're not going to be left the same. This topic, I know there's so many people out there who do want to travel for this conference. We're having the convention that will be coming on in Toronto, Canada in 2021, September. And together with me, I have Sorome Namvule. She will be taking us through all this. Sorome Namvule, she will be, giving us who she is, and she's the founder. Maybe briefly before she talks about it, she's the founder of Piritia, Teenage Mothers Organization, and she's the person behind the program of, discussing about, human trafficking, youth and women, about youth trafficking, and this convention is going to be in Toronto, Canada. Of course, I can't explain it much better. Of course, she will be able to give us all the insight, and I believe those guys who are watching, you're able to participate. If you want to participate in the convention, it is going to be in September, maybe because of COVID challenges. She's going to be telling us what is necessary and how best can you participate. And we only deal with people who are serious and who are going to be participating in this convention, as it is going to be, all encompassing for each and every one. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, Salome, and I'm pleasured hosting you. I remember we last talked when we heard about your story of how you made it, of how you started an organization of helping, teenage mothers. You gave us a very beautiful story, and it received a lot of, good feedback. So many, were inspired, were encouraged to carry on, most especially our single mothers. And of course, so without forgetting, maybe I may not have a chance, maybe to thank you again for participating in our corporate social responsibility, giving back to society. Sorome, for the the single mothers that we took care of in December, and so many people, over 200, had a smile on their face, courtesy of Piritia Teenage Mothers, courtesy of Dora Single Mothers Organization, courtesy of One Project Foundation, courtesy of Alex Rubega, Operation One. His name always disturbs me, but it's Operation One Project, and courtesy of Bravo Shoes, and again courtesy of Stress-Free Investment Club, where I am the executive director and I represented this club. So you're most welcome, Salome.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Should I say good evening? Good evening, Uganda, Kampala. Yeah. And it's a good afternoon here in Toronto, Canada. It's a beautiful day today. We are in spring, day 2. So spring is all about life. So spring is all about bright colors. It's all about the warmth, like warming up from the cold, from the snow. So it's a beautiful day. So yeah, I bring you greetings from Toronto, Canada. And I am so glad to come and share about a great conference that we'll be having. And it's going to be very wonderful. A lot of people had questions about it because of the COVID situation we have. So I'm glad to share what I know about this conference.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. About all the conferences, Sorome, probably you need to give us a little bit of your background, Sorome, and then the background of this conference, of this convention that is going to take place. Among all, the topics, or the agenda or whatever. Why did you choose this, and why? Where do you derive this? Getting to this exact topic of breaking the silence?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. Breaking the silence, as you've told people, I am the founder of the Parented Teenage Mothers Foundation. So I love to advocate for women. It's a passion. I started this organization is for young girls that are sexually molested when they're still young, forced into marriages, and um, basically it's about sexual abuse for young girls. So this is my job. I work with pregnant teenagers between the ages of 14 to 20 years, and these are victims of sexual harassment. As I shared last time, when a girl gets pregnant, the society blames it on the girl. It's like it's your fault. You're bad. You're this. You're that. Nobody comes out to ask, did you consent? Did you say yes? What happened? You're always the victim on both sides. So I came up with all these ideas to address like children sexual harassment. So this is the bottom line. And silence is this is going to be our second convention. The first convention was in 2019 in Toronto, Canada. And it was breaking the silence with youth. That time we were discussing youth, how they can break what they are going through with their parents. A lot of times as parents, we find it so complicated to share with our children. So it was an interesting conference. Our guest of honor was Babi Chaglani, CEO Sharing Arts Uganda. A lot of people call her the first lady of Uganda. But yes, she joined with PTMOF as the CEO of Caring Hearts Uganda, right? We deal in teen mothers. And it was so interesting to hear how parents in Canada are forcing culture on kids that are born in Canada, like trying to press their traditions and behaviors in a country where it may not work. For example, greeting when you're kneeling down. For example, the dress code. It's summertime. People here dress the way they want. Uh, those kind of things, how a woman is just raised, to be submissive to a man. Like as a parent, I have a girl now 13 years old. It is so complicated to press these traditions on her in an environment where she's growing. So I started breaking the silence between the youth with the parents. Listen, there are some good things in our culture, but are they really working in where we live and where we are, right? And then we had to bring in the youth from Uganda. How are they even having their own challenges while in the culture, they are born and raised in this beautiful culture of a girl, no sex until marriage. But what goes wrong? What happens? So we had to break the silence between the youth in Uganda, raised in the culture, and the youth in Canada who have to deal with the culture that they don't even have an idea about it, but just getting the stories and everything from their parents, right? So it was so beautiful and so interesting. So we didn't have breaking the silence for 2020 due to COVID-19. Like there was a lot of restrictions. It was a total shutdown. And now 2021, we are excited because the restrictions are loosened up. At least when it comes to gathering, we can have minimum of 50 indoor and then 100 people outdoor. So we are like, we can do it. We can do it. So it's going to happen for sure. It's going to be in person. And we are keeping the theme, breaking the silence. As women, when we are quiet, there's always something, there's always something you have to be so close to us. We have to get the trust in order to break up, like to break the silence. For example, I am married,
Yeah.
and now I have two teenagers in my house. If I get any challenges with my husband, I may decide just to be quiet about it until I get the right moment to break it or to say it, or to discuss it. So we always, as women, it's a culture, we always wait for the comfortable moment, for the right time to break the silence, what is going on. So this time around, Breaking the Silence Convention, Toronto, Canada, it's going to be about breaking the silence in human trafficking. This is a big, big, big issue, human trafficking. And it's affecting girls, it's affecting women, it's affecting male, it's affecting children, it's affecting everybody. So it's a global issue, human trafficking. So, let me try to define human trafficking. What is human trafficking? Human trafficking, it is an act where you involve somebody or someone without their consent, without their wishes, like you're forcing them into an act. And most of human trafficking acts are sex, drugs, or selling human organs,
Okay.
which is very, very common in our communities. Who is faced with human trafficking? Human trafficking faces a lot of people who are vulnerable in a vulnerable sector, especially people who are struggling financially, especially youth who are just excited about their age and discovering a lot of things, you know. People who are eager for money. So human trafficking can come in any form, and it's so hard to know until you become a victim. So it is very, very sensitive. You may not know that you're being human trafficked, but when you are, it's like using someone for something behind the scenes, right? By the time they realize they are victims, it's already too late. So this is human trafficking.
But you see, Salome, have you seen so many people have traveled out of the country, being promised
Yes.
a lot of things because you say that somebody cannot know that they are being human trafficked.
Mm.
Okay, those who are trafficked are, as you said, those who are poor, those who have, challenges, maybe they want to have their life better, but in brackets, they do not even realize that they are being human trafficked. So how does somebody realize that actually I'm in the hands of a human trafficker?
Yeah.
What are the signs, of seeing somebody that they are in the hands of a human trafficker? How do I identify them?
You can identify it by things that of things that they offer you that are a little bit fishy. For example, I'm now relating to my country, Uganda. Human trafficking is a lot. It's very common in child labor. Who is a child in Uganda? Here in Canada, if somebody is a child until the government age is 18, but until 25, right? So the most human trafficking that I'm seeing in my country, Uganda, because these are the people, like, I know we are being watched all over the world, but this is where I can relate to. These are the children that are being taken to Arab countries for work. Number one, are they ready for work? Are they trained for work? And when they get there, what situations are they in when they get there? Is it really child labor, or is it really recruiting cheap labor? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when they get there, they are promised a lot of things. First of all, they cannot afford a ticket. They cannot afford to get the visa themselves. So these people who are taking them, they get them the passport. In fact, they are using even children who are in the city, who are a little bit informed, and also from the village. So somebody comes to you, is like, you know what? I'm taking you to Oman. There's a house girl job. I'm gonna get you a passport, you a ticket, and they are going to be paying you 1 million Ugandan shillings per se. These are the promises. So you agree. So they bring papers in a language that you don't even understand. English, a lot of these girls are P7 dropouts, or even some of them are not in school dropouts, maybe senior 4, senior 3. Maybe the single mothers that I've worked with,
even the
they have a
university,
baby,
even those who have gone to university. So
yeah. They
even
don't
those who
they
have been
don't
to
have they
university have
don't
been
have
also
a
taken.
job. Yes. And what's coming in their mind is, I'm going outside the country, I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to get money every month. But where does it become human trafficking? When they get there, they take away their passports, they take away their IDs. So if things are not going well, they cannot jump out of that hot pot. They sign contracts 2 years to 3 years. If that contract is not done, you're not getting out.
Yeah.
They reach there, it's a house of 3 levels, 4 levels. We've had all these stories in their audios, right? You can't get sick, you can't get tired, you don't get help. You're taken for only one family, but you're serving like 3 families. That is human trafficking. That is child labor. And then some other girls are just being taken maybe to Dubai, right? For maybe to work in a restaurant, to work in a bar. At the end of the day, when they reach there to work in a bar, they are dressed in a different way as prostitutes. So they end up going for a job of bar servant, which is a good job. It's a good job, but they end up have to accelerate their customers. You have to be allowed to be touched. You have to be allowed, whether you consent or not. It's part of your job. So they end up being recruited in prostitution when they don't even know, but they were so excited for the job. So it's so complicated to find or to identify who is a trafficker. And then you can be a girl like me, good looking, and you get this attractive boy. He puts you into a relationship, gives you flowers, gives you money, takes you on trips. But while you're on that trip, he hooks you up with a friend,
Yeah.
you know? So at the end of it, you end up having sexual relationships with more than one person, falling from this relationship to another. Because they are so smart. A friend can come in and then try to hook you up, try to this relationship. But guess what? They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? And so it's that kind of thing that you never know when it comes. And when it comes to boys, because a lot of times they tell me, "Oh, Salome, you need to balance. You don't talk about boys."
Yeah.
I'm a feminist,
And,
so
and,
I
and then
agree.
you have sons. You have a son,
I know. So
but
when
you
it
lead
comes
more on
to
the girl
boys,
side.
yes, it's the offer of money. It's usually money. They use them to transfer things like that, right? So you take it from station A to station, you get this amount of money. You see, it's cool, it's easy. The first time, it's the easy one. The second time, it can be international. If you can make it on this flight, take it to this place, you're getting rich. So mostly the boys are being trafficked into drugs and homosexuality. You know, it's very common. You know, so and gold and silver. That's what it is. So it's a big issue. It's a big issue that is happening in the world.
What also amuses me is that most of us, travel out there, expecting a lot until when you drop there, then you see things are going wrong, and it's become so common. And as you said, that most of our young girls and boys are being sent, especially in the Middle East, when actually they do not know what they are going to do. Somebody goes to the Middle East to serve one family, they find themselves serving about 3 or 4 families. And in the
Yes.
Middle East, it's one family staying with about 5 families. It's very quite hectic. On
Yeah,
this
when they get
convention,
sick, they don't have work.
on this
Mm.
convention, yes, I know that there are so many people who are watching who would be interested to be part of this convention of human trafficking. Of course, somebody traveling from here to come to the convention, they must have some expectations, or they are expected to perform certain things, or they are expected to be participants, because we're looking at participants, okay? Participants in this
Yes.
convention, and that is our interest. That's your interest. Members would be
Yes.
able to travel to participate, maybe probably, give out their views or give out what they expect. So what do you expect of the participants that will be coming from Uganda to this convention?
So to participate in this convention, it is so easy. What you have to do is to register yourself. Number one, we have limited spots because COVID-19 is still in effect in Canada. So we can only have maximum 100 people. So right now, what you need to do is to register, and registration is not for free because we have to take care of the SOPs, like the COVID-19 protection measures. We have to pay for the hotel. We have to pay for all these things. So that's why you're paying. We have to pay for our speakers that are going to come. So that's why you're paying. The registration fees is $250 US. That is number one. Registration is already happening for our international participants. The reason why we opened it up so early, because we are in March now and the convention is in September, because most of our international participants, they will need a visa. They will need a Canadian visitor's visa. And right now, the Canadian visitor's visa is only available online. So there's a lot of backlash. It's going to take a long time because a lot of people have not been traveling due to COVID-19. So a lot of people are applying for the visas. So this is the right time. If you're interested, you have to go and register. Then after for your visitor's visa as soon as possible. So registration is taking place at Post Bank, Nkrumah Road, the Post Bank, Nkrumah Road, in Summit Banking. So when you get into Post Bank Nkrumah Road, you ask for Summit Banking. It's like the corporate banking space. When you get in the Summit Banking, you ask for Madame Florence Insenga. The information is all there. Brian was so nice to write it down there. Her phone number is there. The flyer is there. So you take your $250 US, you register. When you register, you'll get a receipt. She will submit the receipt on your behalf, or you can submit the receipt. She'll give you the directions, the options there, but whether you submit the receipt or not submit the receipt, still the receipt will get to us. So after the payment, then we'll process your invitation letter. And to process your invitation letter, we will need your passport number and your organization, where you're coming from, basically your brief contact information. Now, this is something, a disclaimer, or what I have to say. We are not the immigration officers as the organizers, and we don't issue visas. We do not. The Canada Immigration and Citizenship organization has the right to issue the visas. So we are not immigrants. Another thing that I have to tell you, you receiving an invitation inviting you to the Breaking the Silence Women and Youth Convention, Toronto, Canada, does not guarantee you a visa. And it doesn't mean when you get this invitation, you're going to get the visa. The immigration officer will have to look at your application to make sure that you're saying the truth, you're truthfully going to come and participate in this convention. Another thing, he or she will have to find out if you have enough funds to enable you to come and participate in this convention. Why enough funds? Because you're going to need an air ticket to come to Canada. You're going to need to pay for your hotel during the 3 days from the 10th to the 12th. And Canada is an interesting country. Maybe you would like to do some shopping. So the immigration officer has all the rights to give you the visa based on your financial status. Another thing that will enable you to get the visa to participate in this convention. It's you able to convince the immigration officer that you're truthfully coming for the breaking the silence convention, and after the convention you return to Uganda because you're going to be traveling on a visitor's visa. I hope I'm clear on that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I believe it's been very clear, the disclaimer. We've heard about this disclaimer, and people should also know that, yes, this is a convention of human trafficking, youth, and women. And then I believe that once you're ready to travel to Canada, you must be able to prove to the immigrations, once again, to make it, a full disclaimer, that you must prove it is your right, it is your own side to prove that you're able and you have the capacity to travel to Canada and be able to return. So we're not looking at people who are going to run away, or we are looking at people who are going to ask for help, but you just need to know that, yes, once you do that, you're able to, of course, be able to travel. Now, Sorome, I want to know this. Would you be able to, there are people, most people do not know documentation. Most people do not know how to do. Most people are, are amateurs, in this. Probably somebody has an organization and wants the organization to fund them or himself. Are you able, would you be able to, to help out, and what happens in that scenario?
I'm an immigration consultant by profession. So I advise. I don't help you in the process, but I advise you. I can advise you how to fill out properly that form. I can advise you on what documents you need. I can advise you how to submit, how to go online. I can advise you. So I just give the advice. Again, I don't issue visas, please. Again, I'm not an immigration officers, but I've been in Canada for 16 years, and I studied immigration consultation, and I've helped a lot of people who don't have the experience of applying for the visa, so I can advise. But due to overwhelming numbers and due to a lot of time that I put in with you, working with you, I charge. I don't give this service for free. I charge $50 to help you prepare for your application. Of course, I get happy, I get excited when one of my clients or all my clients succeed, right? It's a celebration, when you help out somebody. So I do charge some money, and it's $50 for consultation. But again, a visitor's visa is something easy that you can do yourself. It's online. If you're very good with the computer, if you know English, if you know how to answer the questions, because the application is straightforward. What are your names, your education background, your family background? And then they will say, do you have this? You attach. It's like attaching things. It's like a document. You attach your documents and everything. But if you feel you need extra help, yeah, sure, I'm here to help, and my number is there. I think Brian put it for you guys. If he did not, it's on the flyer. It's the 647-713-1441. Please don't call me. A WhatsApp text works best for me, because I'm a very, very busy woman, and Bulaya, Cheyo. So right now, Brian, Solomon, you're giving us the wood background. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure right now. But I had to create time during break time to come and help you out, guys, right? So a WhatsApp text works for me. Please do not send me messenger messages. I don't read them. My personal assistant reads them. So if you're typing, you're not talking to me, I get
so
my personal assistant. Yeah, he tells me all the love the love notes. She has fun, So please, if you're sending me a messenger, it's not me typing, it's my personal assistant that helps me out because I have a lot of projects. So please be nice, okay, when you're texting. But if you want one-on-one talking to me, my WhatsApp number is the best way to get hold of me. And another disclaimer that I have to tell people, if you're planning to come to Canada in September, this is just an advice. I would advise you to seek vaccination. You need, where we are going, every international traveler is going to be required to have a vaccination, a COVID-19 vaccination. So start thinking about it. You need 2 needles, it takes a time, and try to prepare. You will also for sure be required to produce a COVID-19 negative test. You won't even be allowed on that flight. You'll have to produce a COVID-19 test. I was in Uganda December and I came back recently, February, and I had to do that. So please be prepared. We're talking about it now, it's March, but September is not so far away. So if you're interested, I'll advise you, go register because we will soon close. Last year we had 250 people. Imagine this year we only need 100 people. So yeah, go register, get a spot, and prepare your documentation, and please apply for the visa. A lot of people were telling me, oh, Solomon, it's COVID-19, there's a lockdown. Are they even taking in the applications? Yes. Like, the applications have always been happening. The only thing changed, it's online. It's not in person. It's not like last time you used to go to Kololo and submit your documentation. This time around, it's done on the computer. So yes, the visa applications are open, and you'll be communicating with the immigration officer via your email. So if you're thinking to apply, you don't have an email, please, you need an email, because that's the only way you're going to be communicating with the Canadian consulate in Tanzania. Again, breaking the silence as a disclaimer, we don't issue visas, yes, but we would love to have international participants.
Wow. Thank you so much. So I believe people have got all the information. My only worry, Mama PTMOF, those of you who want to follow her, you just look for Mama PTMOF. Mama PTMOF, that is her page, and of course you can follow Peretia Teenage Mothers Organization. That is also her organization. You can also follow her. My only worry, Salome, is that if I have not got the vaccine, what happens? Because as you see that vaccines have come in here, but they are being sectioned on teachers, they're being sectioned on maybe the armed forces, they are being sectioned for some people. So what do we do? How, if somebody has not got a vaccine by that time, what happens, and how are they going to go through all this process? Because somebody will pay yes and go through process of getting the visa. I believe by the time you apply for the visa, you must have the COVID test, or must it be on the travel? Are you talking about on the day of travel?
For the COVID test, it has to be 24 hours. For the vaccine, for sure, a vaccine, it's a vaccine. Like, you just need. So that's why I'm saying that look out how before even you apply, right? These are the things you have to put in consideration. It's not yet out there. This is where we are going. This is where we are going. This is what is in place for Canada to open borders to international visitors. Safety first, right? Safety for the Canadians is first. And the only guarantee for safety that we'll have is our international visitors coming in here when for sure they are vaccinated. So this is where we are going. I'm not saying that you may be denied to go on the flights without a vaccine, but this is what is anticipated. When I say anticipated, this is what is most likely to be required. So it's not even only about Canada. If you have plans, guys, to travel to UK, USA, China, Turkey, anywhere, right? Especially the business people, this is the norm. Like we are now learning how to live with COVID, right?
Yeah.
Now we are used to washing our hands. It was for the Muslim people, right? Washing too much hands, doing sanitizing. Now we are living with that, right? So we need to cope with COVID-19. These are the things that we have to accept. We are gonna be tested like 1,000 times, right? So and it's safety, right? So there's a lot of negative energy with the vaccines, but I mean, Brian, we've been vaccinated from polio.
From
We've
right
been
when we are born,
vaccinated
we've
from
been vaccinated.
TB. We've had these
Imagine that.
vaccines. Every vaccine has a side effect. I'm not here to promote it, but you just have to know every vaccine has a side effect. We have parents who said, no, my kid is not going to be vaccinated polio or TB because they were like, these vaccines, they were trying to bring side effects in kids, right? But at the end of the day, you reached a point where they said if you don't have a polio vaccine, you can't do this, you can't come in with TB, so it's things that people need to get used to, and these are the things that people have to be prepared to do.
Yes. Thank you so much. What I've got, Salome, is that people must be prepared that at one point Canada will say, unless you travel to Canada, you must have a vaccine. Okay, it hasn't been passed yet. Of course, that's when, with the time, that's how the world is going to behave. At the moment, of course, it has to be a test. Once you're tested negative, then you can be able to travel. So we pray that by September, which is about less than 6 months, people are able to travel just because of tests. So you do a COVID test and you're able to travel, because so many people are traveling now, and it's just because when you have a COVID test. So those who would want, if you can have a chance to have a vaccine, I believe that it would be a very great advantage as well. Nevertheless, because things can change, and they say unless you have, a vaccine, you can't do this. Or maybe other countries are going to put it there that once you travel, you're going to have a vaccine upon arrival, and of course, upon arrival, that is money as well. They may say that you need to pay $100 or $50 to get a vaccine upon arrival. That's what I think. That's how countries are going to do. That yes, you come negative, they will test you again negative, then they will vaccinate you there and then. And of course, that calls for money. That's how you have to have enough pocket money when you're traveling. So I believe that's very good information, and I hope that guys are listening. Let me try to see if maybe there are those who have asked any questions. Maybe not as yet. We're not getting any questions yet. Yes.
Yeah, I also wanted to tell you, Brian, that I've been contacted with a lot of people about traveling, immigration to Canada, getting visas in Canada, because there's a way how people think that you can only come to Canada on a visitor's visa, right? That you need to get a visitor's visa, and that's the only way. No. Or to go to any other country, or England or USA, right? And for some reason, this is what we think, right? But there's so many ways that people can travel to these countries, right? You can come as a student, right? You can come as an investor. Bravo, we need you here. We need to go back to school.
For investor, they will tell you need to have millions of dollars.
Yes, you can decide to retire from Canada, with your family, and come here for settlement. So there's so many ways how you can come in these countries. We have to stop thinking about tourism, come, have fun, go back. But there's so many nice things. You may choose as a parent, you're like, I'm not taking the flight, but I want my kids to be educated in these beautiful countries, USA, Canada. I'm going to talk about Canada. We have the best education around the world. You know what I mean? So if you're a parent, you're watching me right now, you're listening to me, a lot of parents have been taking their children to India. That's very popular in Uganda, right? So please, I just want to let you know that just as you pay money to India for your child to start a business, there's so many beautiful, beautiful courses in Canada. And if you can afford it, you can send your children to Canada. And the beautiful part of it, when they finished school, they can apply for a job, get a work permit. Canada needs young people, right? And after they work for 1 year, they give them permanent residence. Boom, right there. You get the status through education. So I want my people to know that immigration is not about the visitor's visa. It's not about the tourism visa. So because I know that there is some missing information, thank God for my brains, I created a YouTube channel, and I gave it a very weird name. I gave it a very weird name, but so fun. It's called Chiva Evulaya. Chiva Evulaya, I think it was a riddle or olugero, if we'd say. Buliavaya koningato. So I liked that slang. Chiva Evulaya, Basama, like people call us a lot of things. So I named it Chiva Evulaya. And my YouTube channel is Mama PTMOF. And there I talk about tips on how you can come to Canada. Like I give you everything. I give you tips how you can do it, how you can settle in, how you can apply. So not only Canada, but UK, any developed countries. So please, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Mama PTMOF. You'll see it. And I always, every Saturday, I get a topic. I talk about it. Last Saturday, I talked about what documents you need to talk. And this Saturday, I'm going to talk about what do you have to do to get a visa? Like if you've been denied a visa so many times, what's the catch? It's called the catch. What is the immigration officer looking for to say, and then they give you a visa? So, so Brian, please drop them also my link for the YouTube channel. Those who have time, they can come and get the message anytime. I leave it, I share it. I love sharing.
Great. I saw some message here. Somebody was asking Ma'am PTMOF that can men register for break the silence? Can men register for break the silence? And here Charles says, breaking the silence, a great theme indeed, great topic and very encouraging. Somebody, Godson Alinde Damin, says, can men register for breaking the silence? You know, is it for only women? Is it for only youth? Is it for only for men as well? Can men register as well? We're answering Godson.
Yes, men can register for breaking the silence. Men can register, girls can register, and boys can register. Human trafficking is for all of us. It can happen to anybody. Anybody.
Yes. What I forgot is, can you tell us the dates? Can you tell us the dates of this conference?
Okay. So human trafficking. Breaking the Silence Convention, Toronto, Canada. It's going to be happening September 10th until the 12th. So we have the Friday, Saturday, and then the Sunday. It's a 3 days convention, and it's going to be downtown Toronto, Canada.
Great. And these, the registration phase, what does it entail? You know, what are you required of attending this conference? Because I saw you said there are those who would want to do what we call, and maybe I've come in for my display of my stuff. Maybe I want to promote my products in Canada. I want to promote Bravo shoes in Canada. I want to promote even my school. Remember, there are people who have good schools here, but someone wants to come and show the Canada people who left their children here. That as you're in Canada, I can take care of your children in Uganda, and I can, give them the best education, and they are very comfortable in my school. Probably there are those who would want also to come up in that line of business.
Yes.
Is the same money? Is it the same fees? What happens? And those who would want to come in for the show, so what do you expect of them?
So those are call them the exhibitors. You can even see it on the flyer. So the booth or the table is $500 for sure. If you have a business and you think people living in Canada, people living in the diaspora can be of interest, you can make, like, we have a lot of clients here. If you have a product that you think, for example, especially the real estate people, a lot of people who are living in Canada here need help from real estate because they are not home. So that's a very big sell. We have a lot of real estates that participate, international bankers, right? If you have diaspora accounts, right? So this is a very good platform. Yeah, we are looking for sponsors, hotels, right? When the Basamas are coming, you want to tell them where they should come, apartments, right? All those businesses, right? So yes, this is a very good platform for all business people that want to participate. And when you come as an exhibitor, we give you the time to showcase. You showcase your business. So yes, Brian, you're very welcome.
So exhibitors, if I'm to talk on line of exhibitors, I know you've touched about the real estate. Our real estate have not opened up to the kind of traveling to Canada, to the US, to exhibit, to show the potential, to be able to connect with our Ugandan community, the other side of what they can do, here for them. We've not had the culture of doing exhibitions out of this country because, of course, people have always said it's very expensive to travel to Canada, the ticket, the hotel, but you see, business, you have to put in. Business, you have to be
it's
able.
Worth it.
It's worth it. You have to put in. Sorry for the, For business, you have to put in, and you have to make sure that you're able to build your business. So I encourage guys out there, entrepreneurs out there, if you know that yes, you have to exhibit in this convention, take advantage of the convention and make sure that you can be able to connect with our with our members. If I don't come, sorrow me, make sure that you represent our Ugandans, our stress-free investment club. Stress-free investment club has has members in Canada. We have members in the USA, in the UK, in Qatar, in Dubai, in Afghanistan. Stress-free is one of the, it's actually one investment club that has, that takes over everyone in the diaspora.
Yes.
We are very proud of that, by the way, that we can sit in Kampala here, and me as the executive director of Stress Free Investment Club, I'm very proud to say that I can be able to connect with our members back in Canada. You're in the club, but the club is in Uganda. In the USA, somebody taking US and Canada is called Alex Ray Rubega, is our coordinator.
Yes.
Then we have Grace Aruto taking in the UK. Then we have people in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia. It's so amazing, So I would encourage our business community, our members out there, whoever wants to do exhibition, take advantage of this, because this is how you can be able to sell your businesses from Kampala to the diaspora. If there are banks out there, of course, you talked about Post Bank. Post Bank should be able to send you people. Yes, we have Absa Bank, we have UBA. We have all these banks that can be able to, to sell themselves out there with the good systems that are coming on. Of course, DFCU, we can't forget to to call upon DFCU, who are our fund managers, because DFCU is into investment clubs, and I hope that DFCU can be able to send somebody to come down to Toronto to be able to market DFCU Bank, because they're the ones that are doing our fund management. So it's a great pleasure, and I'm very happy about this Soromi, that people are able to understand, to discuss, on the round table about, human trafficking, because human trafficking is the worst that can happen to Africans, and most Africans are being human trafficked. If you go to Asia, the same problem, the same vice is taking up Asia, and unless we come up to discuss and know that yes, stop human trafficking, let's stop human trafficking. Let's have dignity and make sure that humans can have that dignity. As long as we mind about humanity, then you can't involve yourself in human trafficking. So thank you so much. I have to appreciate you in a special way, Salome, and again for the good work you're doing for teenage mothers. For those who are watching, Salome is here in Kampala always. She just left here. She was here for 3 months as well. Through her PTMOF, the PTO Teenage Mothers. She's done the greatest job. If you go to Enansana, she's been to the other side of Kayunga. She's been to Luwero. She's been doing great job. So you can follow her. You can follow her page and know that she's been doing great job. Of course, she told us about her YouTube channel. Follow her YouTube channel. Some of you want to know. We go to embassies and we mess up. We go to apply for visa in Canada, we mess up. As she's told you, it's not the only way going to Canada, asking for a visit visa, and again, maybe if not visit visa, business visa or student visa, she can guide you and tell you that there are so many ways that you can go to Canada. Even settlement. So many people are going to Canada for settlement. Canada is a very vast and open country for those who want to settle in that country. It's very open. I know most of you would want to say, why don't I go to Canada to settle? You can even apply direct a visa of settlement. And once they know that you want to settle, settlement visa, and Canada is the easiest to get a visa once you're very open on what you want, because they have so many areas Canada wants people. I know if you go down in Saskatchewan, I remember there's that province in Saskatchewan. I don't know whether the name is right. And there's Saskatchewan.
This year we need 400 immigrants. Imagine, we are yearning to get them.
400 immigrants?
Yes, 400,000. Yeah,
400,000 immigrants that I needed in Canada.
That are needed.
In Canada. 400,000 immigrants.
Yes.
Canada is very open on immigrants. It's very open in immigration. It's the only country that is very open to immigrants. It tells you this is the number we want. So how do you apply?
Yes.
Some other people apply and they fail. But once you apply direct as an immigrant and you're already committed and you told them, I want to assure you getting Canadian visa becomes much more easier. But the most consultant, of course, bravo, I am not a consultant on immigration. I'm not a consultant. For those who are going to Canada, guys, don't bombard me in my inbox saying, bravo, I want to go to Canada, help me. The consultant is Salome. The consultant is Salome. She's here to give you all the tips. I am not a consultant. My duty is to connect you to Salome and make sure that you're able to get what you want. Isn't it, Salome?
Okay, Brian, I say bye to everyone. And I just want to say thank you so much for hosting me. Thank you so much for the voice. Brian, I don't know what I have to give you. At first, I hated Facebook. I hated all these things because people had started making videos about abusing other people, about bad language, and you're like, you know what, Salome, we can change the audience. We can change the Facebook audience. We can empower people. We can talk about good things. So I'm so proud and I'm so blessed to be your friend. Thank you so much. I'm so proud to call you a friend. Thank you for being my mentor. Thank you for everything. Thank you for this voice. Oh my God, you just branded me right here today. I want to appreciate you when you're still alive. May God bless you. May God, everybody is watching. May God bless everyone. And please, Brian is the only person where you can get the right the advice. This saying, who are your friends? Make sure he likes you. So thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much, Salome. Thank you so much, Salome. My phone is a bit disturbing and somebody's calling and yet we're live. I hope people are not asking about, somebody's not calling asking about traveling to Canada. So my sincere apologies for the, okay, good, it is gone now. Salome, before you go, I know you want to go away. Somebody says, Master Ferguson Powers, somebody says, and what if I don't get the visa and yet I had paid my money to the bank? Thank you, madam. So these are some of the issues really, sometimes our Ugandans, I would want to be open sometimes. This is where our Ugandans become very negative, even before they take a decision. Ferguson, I'm sorry to say this, that you're already negative before you even take a decision. Before you take a decision, what you're going to do. What if you don't get the visa? And once you live the life of what if, I've always been So I'm telling people about negativity. You know, before you try out something, you're already negative, which means you have already attracted, you know, the negativity. You get it? And again, if you have paid for visa, you have paid for the conference, you must pay, because getting the visa, it's your own, you know, you have to prove to the embassy. That's why we tell you that you have to come in for Solomon to help out, to tell you what you're supposed to do. Try your best. If they ask you for the bank statement, probably, and then you don't have the satisfying bank statement, it's not, you know, it's not you know, Solomon's problem that you've not got the satisfied documents. So you must make sure that you get your satisfying documents and try out. This is it's trial. You need to try out, and you need to be very positive. But most of all, we need to put our documentation proper, to put our documents well and set, so that we can go in and try our luck or try our best. I believe Canada is not complicated, but you have to show proof of why you're going to travel. Unless maybe you can go ahead and answer her as well, Solomon.
Yeah, the answer to that is registration is non-refundable, and it's there in your invitation letter. Why you do register, it's like you pay, because to get a travel visa, you need a purpose of travel. So basically, you participating in breaking the silence, we are giving you the purpose of travel. You cannot apply for a visitor's visa without the purpose of travel. What are you coming to Canada to do? So it's like you cannot apply for the visa and don't pay the visa fees. So the visa fees is for the Canadian government, and they are non-refundable whether you get the visa or not. And the registration is for sure non-refundable. When you pay. Like Brian has said, if you want to try it, we don't force you, we don't do anything, but our opportunities there, you know, we put the opportunity there. If you want to be one of the international participants, then try it out. Okay, try it out. You don't have to, but if you really want to try it out, go apply. Again, registration is non-refundable. Whether you register and then you change your mind, oh, I'm not going to apply for the visa, it's non-refundable. And the visa fees, once you say you're submitting online, you're going to pay with your credit card, those ones are also non-refundable. Like Brian said, just because visa, that's why I told you it's not a guarantee that when we give you the invitation to participate in breaking the silence, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a visa. And I don't want anybody out there to tell you, oh, I can help you to get the Canadian visa. They are not the immigration officers. The immigration officers who are authorized to issue visas are in Tanzania. We don't know them. I don't have their numbers. They are not my friends. I don't work with them. But they can only issue a visa based on the documentation, what you put, what you package. So you really need to package yourself. The things you have to pay attention when you're submitting your application is you have to satisfy the immigration officer. Do you have the funds to come to Canada in this convention? The next thing, will you leave Canada after the convention? If you can answer those two, good luck to you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Salome. I think Salome has explained it very, very well. And I believe, once again, I want also to disclaim that I'm not in any way doing visas for people, but I always bring information closer to you so that you can be able to get the information right from the right people, not myself, but the right people. And she's a consultant in that. She's done this for a long time, but she's guiding you on what to do. You can go to her YouTube channel so that you can also get the information. Follow her on her page. You can send her WhatsApp. Then she can be able to guide you as well. But remember that we have a time difference. In her time, it is in the afternoon. We are already 8 p.m. in Kampala. So
yeah, it's 1 o'clock right now.
Yes, you can get in touch with her. If you want us also to come back again and talk about it, maybe next month as well, we shall come back again and be able to give you the information that you need. And then maybe we can update you as well on what you're supposed to do. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure once again, and I appreciate you, Salome, when I requested you, because Salome, when I saw your program, I said, Salome, can you come? Can you can you come and be, can you talk about it? Can we give information to my followers? Because my followers always want to be updated on such things, Solomon, and we always want to create value. For whatever we put on our Facebook pages, it's only value creation. I believe in value creation, yes. Solomon, and I believe giving authentic information to my followers, or giving authentic information to our people, so that they can always come out of ignorance, or maybe those who are misleading them. So thank you so much, Solomon. It's been a pleasure. But I believe you have Akatarekeka, and that Akatarekeka should be the one you should be able to give to our people, and so that we have all the concrete information. Go ahead, Solomon.
Akatarekeka, shout out to my handsome husband, Mr. Sebegia Godfrey. Shout out to my handsome son, Sami Sevaduka. Shout out to my beautiful daughter, Saranj Namgalu. Shout out to my followers on Facebook. Shout out to the subscribed on my YouTube channel that are giving me feedback, that are commenting, that are liking. Shout out to Alex, my good friend. I know he's watching me right now and judging me. And yes, good night, Kampala, and good afternoon, Toronto.
Great. Thank you so much, and it will be a pleasure again hosting you again on the subtopic. And I believe that everyone, unless you have seen anybody asking a question there, I have not seen anyone asking any other question, and I believe we've done our best to give you all the information we want. Good night, and all the best, guys. Bye-bye.